Hey guys, Bryce Baum here again, and I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about everybody's favorite ab training. It seems to me that everybody wants to have abs, but it seems to be the one body group that nobody wants to train. Personally, I train abs every day, but I'm just like the next person. I don't want to spend all day working on my abs, trying to get them looking the best, looking the tightest, looking the leanest, having the six-pack. I don't want to spend hundreds of reps and multiple minutes trying to firm and tone and tighten. Okay, so what I want to talk to you guys is working on your abdominal control. I think if you guys get a better grasp on controlling your abs, keeping them tight, learning how to create a nice mind-muscle connection with them, you'll be a lot more successful with being able to display them better. So maybe it's not that your abs aren't built well enough yet, that they're not toned enough yet. It might just be that you don't have a good enough control over them to actually contract them the way they need to be done. So I like to use the simplest movement known to man. I like to use crunches, and I usually do two different variations, a bent knee variation and a straight leg variation. And all that's going to do is incorporate my hips or not incorporate my hips so that I can give two different angles of shortening and lengthening the abs. But just like any other body group, the key is to fully lengthen and to fully shorten the abs, as well as to really focus on breathing here. So I can't stress that enough. To breathe properly is of the utmost importance when you're talking about making a very good, intense contraction with your abs. So I want to demonstrate for you here, give you guys a visual, and I'll give you a little bit of insight. So like I said, basic crunches, okay? My spine is flat. I do two variations. Knees bent, okay? When my knees are bent, that's going to tighten my hips. It's going to shorten my hips. It's going to make it harder for me to get up in that crunch position, okay? So that it's going to make the shortened contraction come sooner. With my legs out, I'm going to have to go a lot higher to get that shortened contraction, okay? No matter what you do, you need to make sure that from the waist down, you stay contracted. You stay tightened. So I'm pushing my feet through the floor when they're bent, and if they are straight, I'm flexing them back toward my pelvis and squeezing my quads so I can focus solely on the movement of the abs. No matter what position I'm in, I'm working on fully stretching by pulling my belly button toward my spine as hard as I can. I'm inhaling through my mouth and then coming up, shortening, blowing out through my mouth all the way. Okay, it should take multiple seconds. And then once I get to that point, I'm squeezing my belly button back in to really tighten those abs down. And as I come down, I'm not resting. I'm pulling the belly button even harder in, trying to lift my diaphragm and my rib cage to keep tension and work through the stretching contraction while trying to roll my pelvis and kind of squeeze my glutes at the same time. When I roll it, they elevate a little bit, and it allows me to almost simulate getting lower than floor level, okay? Now you can do this approach the same way with the bent knees, okay? But you're going to realize that you're going to be able to get more pelvic roll and less height. That shortened contraction is going to come sooner, and it may be a little bit more intense in the upper abs, okay? Here, I'm able to feel a little bit more lower abs incorporated, okay? So keep that in mind. But again, the main focus is to breathe. You need to come up, you need to exhale out through your mouth. When you get to that top contraction, you need to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, so your set should be 10, 12, 15 reps at the most with a 5-second or 3-second shortened concentric contraction. This should get to the point where you're just absolutely, totally crampy tight, all right? When I'm in between my sets, I take about a 30-second break between my sets. I'll do maybe 4 or 5, and that's it for the day. Every set, I'll roll over and not completely stretch my abs out. If I don't, I won't be able to do the next set without cramping. That's how intense it is. It should be just as intense as if you do your calf training. Your calf training should be very intense. Your abs should be short and sweet and very intense, okay? So, some take-home points, okay? Fully stretch the abs by pulling the belly button into the spine as hard as you can. Blow out through the mouth, continue to blow out through the mouth until you have no more air. And then when you feel your stomach, it's going to distend almost. When it gets to that point of distension, you need to pull in the belly button, okay? Pull it in hard. That's going to make a nice shortened contraction. When you go back down, don't relax. Inhale through the mouth, okay? Keep pulling the belly button in hard. Try to roll the pelvis slightly, roll the hips slightly, and repeat, okay? Your first week, try 10 reps with a 3-second hold. Your second week, try 12 reps with a 3-second hold. Keep going until you get to 15 reps. When you get to 15 reps, start to increase that second hold to maybe 4 seconds and 5 seconds, okay? Don't spend any more than 10 minutes on abs. 3, 4, 5 times a week, 5 times a week should suffice just fine for you, okay? What that's gonna teach you is that's gonna teach you how to have good control over your abs. There's some other things that you guys can think about incorporating some of your smaller detail muscles like your serratus and your intercostals. I'll make a video about that later. And that has to do with kind of pulling in through the elbows while you crunch, okay? But focus on breathing, focus on keeping the core tight, and as always, focus on keeping tension in the abdominal section. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll talk to you soon. And my 40 Top Gun, Bryce Baum, checking out.